How's your off season going?
Good, really good. Took a little bit of time off, started throwing, treating it like a normal off season. My arm feels really good, so looking forward to being able to contribute this year.
How much did it mean to get those starts at the end of last season?
Yeah, that was big. I think talking with you guys throughout the year, that was the goal to get out there and make a few starts, and that way I could treat it like a normal off season, not feel like I was in rehab mode the whole time. So that's what this off season's been. Normal throwing. Been off the mound already, and everything feels good.
Do you think you'll be able to pitch without worrying about it?
Yeah, at this point, like, what can you do? Go out there and throw. Take the ball as many times as I can and just go out there and throw. So I think that was big. Like I said, getting out there, making those starts, and then being able to treat this like normal. Like now playing catch, I'm not thinking about this, that. It's just throw the ball to the target. So that's what I've been focusing on. And things have been feeling good.
Jacob, how many times have you been up and down?
Only once, just based on kind of the talking with everybody of what the plan is. But normally I would wait till February 1st, but got on there a little bit early. Just do it a little bit slower. Like it was all fastballs, going to go again either tomorrow or Monday. All fastballs, then go change ups for a couple, and then kind of mixing everything.
Are you sticking around here, or are you going back to Florida?
I'm going back to Florida.
Okay.
So, yeah, but like I said, it's been normal, even with everything, like pick up a rock and throw it and not think about it. So just random things, and people don't really realize that, but whenever you have that, it's constantly a thought in your mind of, hey, is everything good? Everything good. But making those 3 starts, knowing that it's good, it's normal life.
Are you talking about picking up the rock baseball, or are you just like
No,
picking
like if you
rocks
pick up something
them
and
on
throw it,
range?
like before you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like when I was first coming back. Now, it's not a thought of my arm now. It's, hey, hit the target. So that's where you're trying to get to in the rehab process, and then like I said, making those starts, knowing that it's good, and then being able to treat this like a normal off season. That's been huge for me.
So last night at the awards dinner, Rangers hype man Chris Young said, "Jacob deGrom, 25 starts," and the crowd went wild. What does 25 make you go wild?
Yeah, the goal is to get out there as many times as I can. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of, I guess, we'd have to be smart with, you don't want to jump to 200 and something innings, but I'd like to be able to go out there and make 30. That's the goal. We signed here to pitch, haven't been able to do that, so the goal is to go out there and make as many starts as I can and help contribute.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I know at the time you were hurt, you were doing pretty well. Any reason why you don't think you couldn't be that guy again?
I think I can. I think, going through that process last year and getting out there, I felt like my stuff was pretty good. There were a couple things to work on, but like I said, there were a lot of thoughts going through my mind when I was pitching last year, and just those 3 starts. It's like trying to think of where everything was at, and it's getting back to, hey, there's the glove. Let's see how many times I can hit it and execute these pitches to the best of my ability, and not think about everything. And that's what this offseason has been, just playing catch normal, throwing, feeling good. My first one the other day felt like I was able to just throw the ball to the target and not think about anything. Like, hey, there's a glove, hit it. So, yeah, I think I can get back to where I was.
I think that is going to be a real concern, right? Because of the number of innings over the last few years. There's going to have to be a real plan. Like, how do we monitor this all season? Is it too early? Have you guys had conversations about that?
I would say it's too early. We haven't really talked about it. It's like, hey, this is what we want you to do to get ready for spring training, and we'll kind of see what happens from there.
But you expect some degree of
I don't know.
that. Okay.
Depends on how things are going.
Okay.
A lot of it's based on feel. Like
Right.
if you're feeling good, and the last thing you want is a random shutdown based on an innings thing. So you'd rather just have like a kind of gradual,
Right.
Versus, hey, oh wow, you're getting close to a certain amount. Let's shut you down for a month, and then try to fire it back
Fire it
up
back up.
in playoffs. So it'd rather. So it's going to be something to look at and play with, but I think that's for later on down the road.
With Evo back, Tyler obviously going
Yeah.
through what you went through, the 2 young guys. Talk about the potential of this rotation.
It's exciting. When I saw we signed Evo back, I had talked to him a few times, but super pumped. Great guy to have around, and he's great for the young guys too. Evo really dives into a lot of things. He sees a lot more things than I do. I'm more, hey, there's the glove. I'm going to try to hit it. What do you see? So he's big for those guys. And, like Kumar and Jack at the end of the year were throwing the ball well. So, and then Tyler coming back, it's going to be exciting. Bradford, we got a lot of options. So, you never make it through a season with just 5 starters. So, having a little bit of flexibility and what we're going to be running out there is exciting.
Jake, obviously, one of the things, it would have been easy for you to disappear during this time of rehab. How important was it for you to be around the club the last 2 seasons?
Yeah, it was important. It's you play this game. Those guys are like family in the clubhouse, and we got a great group. So, that made it that more enjoyable to be around. You could sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm hurt," moping around, but you got to be there to support those guys and cheer them on. And like I said, if anybody needed anything, any questions or anything, I was willing to answer any of that. But like I said, they made it easy to be around, and it was fun to root for them.
Did they make it easier for you going through that process, being around?
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to go, hide. That doesn't make it easy. You're just sitting there by yourself. So being able to come out here, being on the field early, doing the stuff, and then running around, shagging, doing whatever, and then just being around was definitely a help for me too.
So you said now that's hitting a target, like you're
See the glove hit it.
Yeah. Maybe it's an oversimplification, but how different was that from the games you pitched? Like what were you trying to do in those games? I guess that was
in those games, it's still a thought in the back of your mind. You just came back from a major surgery, and you probably don't get another one at my age, So it was, hey, is everything good? And then, like I said, was able to check those boxes off in this offseason, treat it normal. So.
What was the last time I'm assuming, based on everything you're saying, right, there was a different level of peace of mind for you this winter.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you had that peace of mind?
I had that peace of mind, in 22 coming into 23, everything felt great. And then randomly.
But you went through free agency that winter too.
Yeah.
You had that.
And all that. Well, yeah. Yeah, that wasn't, you wouldn't call that peace of mind either. But with my arm, and
Right.
then it was like, oh man, what did I do? Kind of started in that Kansas City, but then it went away, and then randomly in that Yankee one. So probably since then, of actual like, hey, I'm good, just throw the ball.
Where you haven't had anything to worry about.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is something you talked about with friends, or maybe even meeting you guys about. Is there anything that you think baseball can do to try to implement that will have a positive effect on lowering the type of severe injuries that we're seeing suffered by pitchers now all the time?
That one I got no clue. That, you'd have to talk to the doctors and stuff about what they actually think is going on. I don't know if I don't know. I really don't know. So what's changed since the injuries have started happening in the game?
Are you asking, or is that?
I'm asking.
It seems like guys are throwing now at a really high, mile per hour, and with ungodly breaking stuff. So it seems like the stress on the arm is much
Yeah, I
higher.
guess there's a bunch of arguments to that.
Yeah.
Like guys have been trying to throw as hard as they can since baseball started, and they've tried to throw nasty breaking stuff since baseball started. It's just, I don't know what's going on, honestly.
Do you think the time clock has anything to do with that?
Timeout would be nice for a pitcher. Every batter gets one. We don't get one. That'd be kind of ideal, right? You'd think. Cover first a couple times, maybe take a minute. So, but I don't know. You can't say it's one thing. It could be. I don't know. Could be throwing harder. Could be pitch clock. Could be trying to throw nastier stuff. Trying everybody. Every time you throw, there's a track man trying to beat those numbers. Who knows? You really don't know. Grip. Who knows?
You guys are soft.
Well, you can call it that. Too. So.
Jacob, I don't want to say like a kid waking up on Christmas, but do you feel any different heading into spring training and thinking about this year for you?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. Like I said, let's see, the one spring going into 23, and then last year was exciting because that's when I was going to get to throw. So you were like, okay, now it's moving towards this. So this was the light at the end of the tunnel, and last year was moving towards that. But this is definitely like the Christmas morning feeling. Like, hey, let's go see what we can do.
do you almost feel, I guess, like more healthier than you've ever been, younger than you've ever been? Like you kind of had to almost get like a baseball age on.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I feel good. So that's all you can do. Go out there and leave it all out there now. Like, hey, I feel good. Let's go see what happens.
What do you think of the moves the Rangers have made this offseason?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
You know, what do you think about the moves that the Rangers have made this offseason?
It's exciting, last year was obviously we didn't make it to where we wanted to be, but we made some moves to really help us this year. So we got pretty much the same lineup that we won the World Series with. So now we got some extra acquisitions. I'm saying as far as bats, I think let's go out there and see what we can do.